Today's Namaste Yoga is another Lakshmi class. Hello and welcome to episode 165 of Namaste Yoga. I'm Vidya Lakshmi, your own unique inner wisdom. Today is Valentine's Day here, and I think it's an appropriate Namaste Yoga for that. Thinking about your unique inner wisdom is essentially the core of that message is about loving your own unique self. So it's a beautiful message for Valentine's Day today. I wanted to start today by thanking you for your donations. I got a beautiful donation this week from Deborah, and I wrote her and asked her, thanking her for her donation and asked her what inspired her for her donation at this time, and she wrote back saying, I have reintroduced yoga to my daily program to increase my flexibility. I am very active and live in northern Wisconsin on a lake about 200 acres of land. I love to hike, kayak, snowshoe, cross-country ski, and almost anything in nature. I am a retired psychologist who now writes and works with women and autistic children. I was really feeling achy and tight, so I went online to find some yoga programs. I found you and love your easy, down-to-earth style of teaching. It has really helped me. I want to honor you by a donation because you have made me love yoga again. I'm feeling so much more energy and I'm slowly growing more flexible. I thank you for letting me be a part of your daily life through your sessions and your delightful stories. Again, thank you. So I was really touched by this, and I thank Deborah so much. She made a very generous donation, and these donations make such a huge difference to us because this is what we do for a living, and there are costs associated with producing and distributing this podcast, from our lighting to mundane things like these our mic packs they eat batteries. So things like that. So they help cover the cost of distributing and producing our podcast. So if you go to our website, there is a donation link at www.melissawest.com, and you can make a one-time donation like Deborah did, or you can make a monthly donation for as little as $2 a month, which is like 50 cents an episode, which I think is incredible because you can't get a yoga class like for that kind of price anywhere. I don't even think you can go to yoga classes for as little as $15 a class anymore in an urban center. I think they're closer to more like $20 a class. So thanks so much for that. And thank you also for leaving your comments on YouTube and your 5-star ratings on iTunes. There are instructions on how to do that at Thank You, Melissa. And that helps other people just like you find us and keeps spreading the yoga love in the word throughout the world. Thank you to Squeezed Yoga Clothing for our yoga clothing, our awesome sponsor. So this morning I'm wearing the Flying Heart long sleeve bamboo top and a pair of long yoga pants, black yoga pants. And also extra thanks to Donna this morning because we went to my friend Jill's house this morning to film in the solarium and there was no heat this morning. So I just called Donna and said, Donna, there's no heat at Jill's this morning. Can we come to your house to film this morning? And Donna said, no problem. Come on over. And so it was kind of perfect because I was coming over this morning anyway to drop off the prototype for the brand new bamboo bra cami top. So we just came over here instead. So I'm at Donna's house, her beautiful, gorgeous house. She has a gorgeous house with lots of green space, and maybe get Tim to do some shots of that during your Savasana today. She I'm just looking out here. When I look out, there's just gorgeous forest here, lots of birds. They have beautiful bird feeders up, tons of birds. There's deer that come up into their backyard. So it's a beautiful space here. And I'm just showing you one part of this beautiful home that they basically rebuilt it here. It's just gorgeous. So I'm sitting in front of her gorgeous fireplace today to film our class today. Also, thank you to Dusky Leaf, who are our yoga mat and prop sponsor for our bamboo blocks and mat and strap. And today you're going to need blocks and a strap. And also for my really big yoga bag. I love my really big yoga bag because I can put everything in it. It's just like the best thing ever. I can pop everything in it and bring it all to my filming it every time. I just love that. Okay, we're ready to do our class today. We're going to start with a mudra again so that you can receive the teachings in the mudra. I think this is a really powerful way to start our class. So today's mudra is the mudra for the inner self. And the way that it works is you place your fingertips together like this and your thumbs together like railroad tracks. And then you take that mudra and you start it and you lower it to wherever it is comfortable on your own body. And it said that's going to be different for each person. And wherever that rests on your body is where your soul resides. And you can get whatever props you need to make yourself comfortable for sitting. And in fact, you could do this sitting in a chair as well if that's more comfortable for you to receive the teachings on Vidya Lakshmi this morning. Or afternoon or evening, whatever time it is for you. It's morning for me. So allow your spine to be straight. Just maybe experiment with leaning forward and back a little bit to find your centered and most grounded space here. Lengthen up through your spine. Bring your ears back over your shoulders. Take a deep breath in. And let it fall out of your mouth. Take as many of those breaths as you need to allow yourself to land here now, to be fully present to receive the teachings on Vidya Lakshmi and your own unique inner wisdom. Vidya means knowledge and education, not just schooling, but life smarts as well. Vidya Lakshmi gives knowledge in the arts and sciences, much like Saraswati. Also like Saraswati, Vidya Lakshmi sits on a lotus. She has 4 arms. She wears a white sari, carries 2 lotuses in her upper 2 hands, and her lower 2 hands are in the abhaya and varada mudras. The abhaya mudra being the fear-allaying mudra, and the varada being the giving mudra. Through self-study, we can experience growth and share our talents in the world. It is through the archetypal Vidya Lakshmi that we can come to understand how to take all the knowledge we have, explore, integrate it, and put it to use. Khalil Gibran says, "A little knowledge that acts is worth infinitely more than much knowledge that is idle." In Western culture, we are surrounded by mounds and mounds of information at our fingertips. It is no longer important to be able to have access to tons of information. It is more important what you are able to do with this information. Albert Einstein says that imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, while imagination embraces the entire world. Vidya Lakshmi can help us sort through the information overload and discern what is important to us, creating something that is unique and expresses our own individuality in an abundant way. There is a Hindu proverb that says, "He who knows others is learned. He who knows himself is wise." Through the practice of yoga, we study the niyamas, which Nikolai Bachman describes as the personal practices. One of the niyamas is svadhyaya, which means self-study, the study by and of oneself. This sacred practice of yoga is an introspective journey to come to know your true self. Through the study of ourselves, we cultivate wisdom. Yoga is a practice of inner reflection through which we come to know ourselves through our breath, our bodies, our thoughts, and emotions. This simple practice, observing your breath, allows you to unveil so much counsel about your present moment experience. Just yesterday, I was speaking to 3 beautiful women on our Namaste Yoga membership hangout. One of them was sharing with us that she had started to write a sci-fi fantasy book for teens. I commented that yoga allows us to release all that garbage that no longer serves us, so that our truest expression can come forth and we can speak our true voice in the world. That resonated with her and all the other women on the hangout as well. Through Vidya Lakshmi and yoga, the value of your own unique expression of inner wisdom is revealed. Albert Einstein says, "Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value." Yoga will allow you to express your unique wisdom in the world with grace and ease. And through that, there will be no poverty or sorrow, because you will be connected with the abundance of your true self. Bring your attention to the mudra you're holding, the mudra of your inner self. The opening characterizes the power of your heart through divine wisdom. The opening is different for every human being. This mudra symbolizes the inner nature of the human being, which is concealed by physical power, but is aired at times through joy or suffering, or guided through the sacred school by the inner human being. So as you reflect on these teachings and your own inner wisdom, and how yoga has connected you with your inner wisdom, start to create an intention for your practice today. Why are you here? What is it that you hope to receive through your practice today? Once you've created an intention for your practice, I'm going to get you to lie down on your backs. One of the other things that we spent a lot of time discussing on our members' Google Hangout yesterday was the power of our breath to be able to tune in to the present moment and to use our breath as a barometer for our experience. So we're going to do a little breath awareness as a way to check in. So I'm going to get you to lie down with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, and place your hands on your belly. And without changing your breath in any way, just notice what's happening with your breath right now. Where do you feel your breath moving in your body? Does your breath feel like it's flowing, or does it feel stuck? No right or wrong, no better, best. Just checking in and seeing what's happening and what that's revealing to you about yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your spirit in this moment. So no need to fix or judge or change. Just checking in. And then when you feel ready, you can start to wiggle and stretch out. And then we're going to do a little Sutta Pending Ustasana right now to prepare your body for triangle pose. So coming up later. So now you're going to need your strap. So you can take your strap with your loop around the bottom. And hook it around your right foot. And extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. Sink down through the back of your pelvis. Open up through the back of your leg. Keep your shoulders heavy on the ground. Extend out through your heel. And breathe nice, long, slow, deep breaths. And you can keep your left leg really sinking and dropping into the ground. Feel the back of your body really connected to the earth beneath you. And open your right leg out to the side until you feel something happening on the inside of your right leg. And you can stay connected with your inner wisdom by staying with your breath. And then lift up through your pelvic floor, draw your navel back to your spine to engage your core strength and bring your leg back to the center. Bend your knee and unhook your right foot. Lower your right leg back down to the ground. And take a deep breath in. Let it fall out of your mouth. And tune back into your experience, your breath, your body, your thoughts, your emotions. And just feel the difference between your right and left side of your body. And what it's like to connect with yourself. And then you can slide your left leg in. Draw your left knee in. And hook up your left foot. And extend your left leg straight up. Feeling sensation on the back of your left leg. Shoulders heavy, back of your neck long, and staying with your breath. And then sink really heavy into your right leg and the right side of your body. Feel the heaviness of your body on the ground, and then allow your left leg to open out to the side until you feel some sensation on the inside of your left leg. Taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths here. And so when we do yoga, it allows us to become quiet, to hear that still, quiet voice within, which allows us to connect to our inner wisdom. And then draw up through your pelvic floor, draw your navel back to your spine, connect with your core strength. Draw your leg back to your midline. Bend your left knee, unhook your left foot, and slide your leg down. And take a deep breath. Okay, from here, bend your knees. Roll to your right side. And come up onto all fours. We're going to do a little cat pose to warm up your spine, to prepare for some of the back bends, to do some of the heart opening poses we're going to do today. So spread your fingers nice and wide, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and exhale and round up through your back, and then inhale and arch through your back. Breathe out and round up to your back. And breathe in and arch through your back. And then you're going to inhale, reach your right arm up. We're going to do thread the needle to weave your knowledge into your life. So take your right arm through and rest it onto the ground. Rest your right shoulder, the right side of your head onto the ground. Keep your shin connected to the ground here. So I think what happens in the culture that I know I live in North America, there's so much information available, it can be quite ungrounding. So to practice grounding practices like yoga, where we get back into our bodies, is really helpful to disconnect from all that information. And to connect with our own inner wisdom. And the abundance of our own inner wisdom is really helpful. And then slowly unthread the needle. And let's do that on the other side. So inhale, reach your left arm up. And exhale, thread your left arm underneath your right, lowering your left shoulder to the ground and the left side of your head to the ground. Keep your left shin connected to the ground. Back of your neck long. So sometimes that takes just tucking your chin a little bit in thread the needle. And then slowly unthread. And we're going to do puppy in to open your heart to your own beautiful inner wisdom. So lift your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Your legs should be a 90-degree angle to the ground, so bring them towards the back of your mat. Lift your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Open your heart to the ground. Rest your forehead on the ground. You may have to come up onto your chin here. For me, this is okay, just like this. Reach your arms forwards. So it's a real practice of honoring yourself when you connect with your own inner wisdom and its unique expression, to honor yourself, to express it in the world. Okay, then to come out of this pose, bend your elbows, bring your hands back by your shoulders, and you can push up and out of the pose. Okay, from here, let's do pigeon pose. So you can bend your right knee forward to your right wrist, bring your right heel over to your left hip bone, and fold forward. So we'll use this as a counter pose to puppy, as well as a good hip opener to prepare us for our triangle pose as well. And we could even here bring your hands back down by your hips for more of a counter pose to that puppy pose. And then take your hands underneath your shoulders. Push yourself up. Just feel your spine lengthen and your heart open here. Let's come to a downward facing dog in between our two sides in pigeon here. Lengthen out your spine, stretch out the backs of your legs. And then take your left knee forward. Oh, that was nice. I just got a really great spinal adjustment there. That was fabulous. Don't you love when that happens? Oh, fabulous. Left heel to your right hip bone and fold forward. And just come into forward folding pigeon here. And if you wanted to do that same variation that we did on the other side here, you can rest your forehead on the ground and bring your hands down by your hips here. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your tailbone under. And lengthen up through your spine, open your heart up. Relax your shoulders down. All right, we are going to make our way up to standing through triangle pose, I think. So here, it would be great to have your blocks. So come back onto all fours and bring your blocks in front of you underneath your hands. And let's start with your left foot between the blocks so that you're in a square lunge here, both legs bent at a 90-degree angle. And what we're going to do is tuck your right toes under, breathe in, and exhale and straighten out your legs. And you can even bring your back foot in until both feet are flat on the ground. And then you'll turn your right toes out and drop your left sit bone and open your right hip. And from here, take your front block so that it's underneath your left shoulder. And reach your right arm up. So triangle pose is symbolic of the divine. And it's beautiful because you're connected to the earth while reaching for the heavens. And if this bothers your neck, you can always just look down at your hand that's on the block. Okay, and then turn yourself around, bend your, I got that 70s sound in my head. Turn yourself around, bend your knees, and we're going to do that on the other side. So you can stay facing this way. I'm going to turn myself around, again, the song. And we're going to do this on the other side. And place your right foot between the the blocks. And we'll do this whole thing on the other side. And tuck your left toes under and straighten out your back left leg now. And then turn your left toes out. Drop your right sit bone, open up your left hip. And reach your left arm up. Oops, you're going to take your right block underneath your right shoulder. Look up at your left fingertips. The connection to the earth while reaching for the heavens. So it's all about connecting with your divine wisdom and manifesting it on the earth. And then feel your feet on the ground and make your way up to standing. And we're in standing now. Wonderful. So you can put your blocks off to the side. And from standing, we're going to do breath of joy. Because when you're connected with your own unique expression of your inner wisdom, it's the most joyful thing. It's the most joyful expression. Okay, so breath of joy is really 3-part breath, and it works in 3 parts, obviously. So you breathe in here, and then you breathe in again here, and you breathe in fully here, and then you exhale it out like that. And it's getting a little warm for me here, so I'm just going to lose a layer here. Really quickly. It's only going to get warmer with breath of joy. So inhale your arms in front, inhale your arms out to the side, inhale your arms overhead, and exhale and let go. So let's do this together. Breathe in a little bit more, breathe in a little bit more, bend your knees and fold forward. One more. And then you can slowly make your way up to standing so you don't get dizzy. Okay, feel your feet on the ground. Great. Now we're going to do Natarajanasana, dancer pose, so that you can dance your own dance. Okay, so for dancer pose, you can, by all means, hold on to a wall or a chair for balance. Stand on your left foot, bend your right leg, and hold onto your foot or your ankle. Roll your shoulder back and down. You can even hold on to the inside of your foot. That helps with that external rotation quite a bit of your shoulder. Extend your arm out if you're not holding on to a chair or a wall. Tuck your tailbone under. Then you start to move your heel away from your buttocks, and that pulls your arm back and opens your chest. Brings it into a back bend. So Natarajanasana, dancer pose. So when you find your own inner wisdom and express it in the world, you're dancing your own dance. Just like Donna making all her own beautiful clothes, her squeezed clothes. And then you can release that down. And we'll do this pose on the other side. And so this is going to be unique for everybody in the world. Everybody has their own unique expression of them. That's what makes the world so interesting. Stand on your right foot. Bend your left knee. You can hold on to the inside of your left foot. Place your left thumb on your big toe. Roll your left shoulder back and down. Hold on to a chair or a wall, or if you're extending your arm out. And then start to move your left heel away from your buttocks. Keep your leg in close to your midline so your knee stays safe. Keep your arms straight, and that'll start to pull your thoracic spine into a back bend. Dance your own dance so your inner wisdom finds expression in the world. Your own unique wisdom finds expression in the world. And then you can find a way to let that posture out of your body. Okay, great. From here, we're going to come down onto all fours to do rabbit pose. Okay, so come down onto your mats and come onto all fours. I just love this pose because it's all about dropping your head below your heart so that your heart finds expression, your truest self, your heart finds expression over your thinking mind and your logical brain. And I think it's great to get out of the way of our mind sometimes. So you're going to start on all fours. This pose, so there are some contraindications for this pose. If you have any neck injuries and you can't put weight on your cervical spine, then by all means, you can sit this out. Now, there are a lot of people that don't like this pose because they kind of freak out about going on top of their head, but those are kind of like mental blocks to this pose, and if that's the case, you should still do this pose. It's a really important pose to get over psychologically if you don't have any physical limitations to this pose. So we talked about that just a few weeks ago, so this is a great pose. You're going to take your hands and spread them nice and wide, and then you lower the top of your head down onto the ground. And take your hands behind you and reach your rabbit ears up. And then slowly lower your hands down to beside your head. Press into your hands. Lift your head back up off the ground. Sit back on your knees, and we'll just do a little bit of neck rotation to release your neck here. So this part of your body is really important too, because this is your throat chakra, and this is all about how your inner self and your inner wisdom is going to find expression in the world. Okay, find a comfortable seated position, because we're going to do that mudra for your inner self again. So I'm going to sit on my block. I like this way of sitting. And we're going to sit with that mudra that we started with, the mudra for the inner self. So you place your thumbs together and your fingertips together. And apparently this opening is unique on each person. And then you're going to lower it down to that place that's comfortable for you. And close your eyes. Just settle in with that. Okay, and then you can go ahead and let this mudra fall out of your hands. And rest back for Savasana. You can lie down on your back with your palms turned up beside you. If your low back is tender, you can bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor. If your neck is arched, you can place a pillow under your head. Just allow yourself to settle into the ground to receive your practice. To allow yourself to integrate. So reflect back on this class. I'm Vidya Lakshmi. on what it means for you to connect with your knowledge and wisdom and your own unique expression of it in the world. What does it mean to know yourself? How have you come to know yourself through your practice of yoga? Reflect on how you've cultivated this wisdom. Reflect on your own unique expression of wisdom in the world. Perhaps it's so familiar to you, so easy to you that you're like a fish in water, not even aware of it. But it's the abundance of your true self expressing with grace and ease in the world. Gradually allow your breath to deepen as a way to invite movement back into your body. And wiggle and move your toes and fingers. Start to stretch out. Then you can bend your knees and roll to your right side. Make your way up to sitting. Thank you for joining me for episode 165 of Namaste Yoga. I'll see you on the membership site, or I'll see you next week for episode 166. I want to say a special hi to Jen from Rave On Studios. I talked to her last night about the continuing education course for teachers. It was great to connect with you from BC last night. I had such a great conversation with her. So namaste.